Good afternoon, baseball fans. We're live once again, realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Friday today, I bring you another District 29 Diamond action as the visiting Laredo United Longhorns come into town versus your Eagle Pass Eagles. They're both 3-1 coming into this game, tied for second in District 29 6A. We want to thank everybody who's logged on and tuned in, realsportslive.com. We are live on 5 different platforms: Roku TV, Apple TV, our webpage, www.riosportslive.com, our Facebook page. Like us, share us, and follow us on Real Sports Live, and our YouTube channel. Subscribe, Real Sports Live, RIO Sports Live, as the Eagle Pass Eagles will have Ray Mendoza on the bump for the Eagle Pass Eagles, and the visiting United Longhorns will have Adrian Castillo, the sophomore sensation for the Laredo United Longhorns. He's thrown 2 one-hitters this season. As the rest of the district, we're going to get you guys a bit of standings in District 29 6A, as the Alexander Bulldogs are 4-0, followed by Eagle Pass and United at 3-1. South San is South San and Southwest both at 2-2. Del Rio at 1-3 with United South also at 1-3, and LBJ is 0-4. Of course, tonight's scheduled games: United at Eagle Pass, South San is at Laredo Alexander, LBJ is at San Antonio Southwest, and United South is at Del Rio. For Friday's game, Eagle Pass will travel to San Antonio to take on the Southwest Dragons. Laredo Alexander will be at United South over at the Student Activity Center. LBJ is at South San in San Antonio, and Del Rio is at Laredo United. So we are set to go here. Also in the softball actions, District 29 6A, South San and Southwest both at 6-0. Alexander 4-2. Eagle Pass, Lady Eagles are 3-3. United also at 3-3. Del Rio at 2-4. United South is 0-6, and Laredo LBJ is at 0-6. Eagle Pass is at Del Rio tonight. Laredo United is Alexander, and South San and Southwest are both playing in San Antonio for the see who's gonna take the District 29 6A lead. United is at LBJ tomorrow, Tuesday, and then on Friday, Eagle Pass is at Laredo Alexander. United is at LBJ. United South is at South San, and Del Rio is at Southwest. Over in District 29 5A. The softball standings, as CC Wynn is 1-0. Uvalde is visiting today. They're also 1-0. Harlandale is 1-0. Floresville, Southside, and McCullum are 0-1. Uvalde is here in Eagle Pass as they're on the softball side. Floresville is at Southside, and Harlandale is at McCullum. On Fridays, McCullum is here at CC Wynn. Uvalde at Southside, and Floresville at Harlandale. And those are the standings for District 29 5A. So the starting lineup, as we have for Laredo United, is number 13, Alan Villarreal. He's playing second base. Hitting second is Julio Tawada. He's over in left field and wearing number 15. Fernando Benavides, the shortstop. He's hitting third and wearing number 7. The DH are Omar Cervantes, the senior. Mark Alvarado is over at first. Chris Ibarra is over in right. Manuel Chapa is behind the plate. Rene Mercado is in center. Derek Chrisman is over in third base. And Adrian Castillo on the mound for the United Longhorns. For Eagle Pass, Ray Mendoza is leading off. He's on the mound. Isaac Roque is over at first. He's batting second. DeAndre Torres is in the 3-hole. He's playing shortstop. Braulio Rodriguez is playing, is actually the 4-hole. Wearing number 21 and playing DH. Number 13, Christian Del Bosque is behind the plate. He'll be hitting fifth. Victor Perry is playing left, and David Lopez is playing right. Derek Ibarra is playing center and hitting eighth. Isaac Gonzalez is playing second and hitting ninth. And Caleb Maldonado is playing third base, and he'll be DH by Braulio Rodriguez. So we get the national anthem here going. Our PA announcer, Mr. Purcell, and we're gonna get that taken care of.
Play ball.
We want to thank the PA announcer, Mr. Purcell, for. Also, we want to thank Conrao Perez, Eagle Pass Sports Central. You visit www.eaglepassportscentral.com. You can get the latest news in sports. And Ray Mendoza on the hill. Now the Eagles, after the 10-game losing streak that they had, they're actually looking at a 4-game winning streak coming into this game. The 3 games in 4 days over the spring break week was good for the Eagles, as the Eagles took care of business all 3 games, winning 13-2, an overall record of 7-12 overall, but a 3-1 district 29-6A record. They beat United South. They beat South San 9-1, and they also beat LBJ 11-0 in that game. The bats have been they've been hot for the Eagles. Hopefully, they can continue the hot streak and. So we get set to go here. Top of the first for the Eagles. They're getting set as the leadoff hitter, Alan Villarreal. So Villarreal will be looking at the first pitch. Strike 1 on the inside corner. It's a good sign for the Eagles. Big game for both these teams as they can control the first and off the hands, and Maldonado comes in and gets that one for the first out. So now Julio Tawada, the left fielder, with 1 out here in the inning. Misses inside, ball 1. Strike on the inside corner. Mendoza working quickly, and got hit by a pitch. That one rode inside. Fernando Benavides, the shortstop, coming in. One out. Defensively for the Eagles. Maldonado over at third. DeAndre Torres is at short. Gonzalez is at second. Misses inside, ball one. Strike one. So 1-1 the count. Throw down the first. Time is called. So they asked for time. I think it was an injury timeout. As Gonzalez comes out. So 1-1, and Gonzalez comes out. Alex Luna goes it to second base. Benavides, the shortstop, has a 1-1 count with the sun setting here behind us. 7:04 in the afternoon, in the late evening. Mendoza on the mound with Julio going. Throw down to second in time. And Belbosque gets behind the plate, gets Julio at second base, caught stealing. 2-4 for out number 2. And that was a ball. So 2 outs, ball 2, 1 strike, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the first. Misses outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. And on deck is Omar Cervantes, who has not seen too much action on the field. Has had some injuries this season. Benavides fouls that one off. And count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 count with 2 outs. Mendoza trying to get out of the inning. And throws a fastball that fouls him off. So on the shortstop, Fernando Benavides. Talked to Coach Mendoza over the spring break. Said that the 3 games, ground ball, second baseman gets over, throws to first, not in time, safe. And Luna coming in, and ball. So an error on the shortstop. I mean the second baseman, excuse me. So Ray Mendoza induces a ground ball that his defense behind him could not get an out on. So now Omar Cervantes with 2 outs, runner at first. Inside, ball 1. Could have been out of the inning. With that ground ball by Benavides. But nonetheless, we're here. Inside, ball 2. Mendoza twice has come into to Cervantes. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the first. And comes back, strike on the outside corner. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And fouls that one off. Strike 2. Evens out the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. So Mendoza has thrown 2 balls inside, way inside of Cervantes. And now 2 balls that were outside. Gonna probably go back inside of him. Runner goes and picked off. And out at second. A nice pickoff play by Mendoza as Fernandez took off. He'll be 1-3-6 for out number 3. And no runs, no hits, 1 error, and no one left on base for United. Now, the bottom half, Ray Mendoza, Roque, and Torres. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day at RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
4 years ago, when we ran for re-election as county judge, it was the first time in the history of Maverick County that the county judge didn't have an opponent. Maverick County was embroiled in a big scandal having to do with federal. We were able to turn Maverick County around, and now other people want to. We've reduced our debt from $70 million to $24 million in the last 4 years. We now operate with a $3.9 million surplus, and on top of that, we're compliant with all of our audits, and we're able to apply for funding again. We're here to work for you and to fight for you. We'll continue to do that. We're not done. I humbly request your vote for your servidor, David R. Saucedo, during the March primaries. Thank you.
Mi Pueblo Restaurant, located at 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Call to order to go at 830-776-7796. We deliver. We have breakfast and lunch buffet from 7 to 11 and from 11:30 to 3. We have fresh homemade tortillas made daily, so come by 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Comidas caseras, hechas como en su casa. Vengan a comer con nosotros. So now Ray Mendoza. Bottom half of the first. The sophomore Adrian Castillo. Inside. Ball one. And a ball that gets up the middle for a base hit for Ray Mendoza. Now Isaac Roque. So Ray Mendoza leads off the bottom half for the first with a single to center. So Mendoza over at first. Not sure if they're going to have a courtesy runner for him. Roque goes from the 3 spot to the 2 spot. Ball one. Fly ball deep center field. The center fielder gets under that one for out number 1. So Roque flies out to center field for out number 1. So now DeAndre Torres, the shortstop, senior. Strike on the inside corner. Castillo with the runner going foul ball. So 2 strikes on Torres. Throws back to first, not in time. So Castillo trying to keep Mendoza just a bit outside. As I was talking to Coach Salivar for the United Longhorns, he talked highly about Castillo, and that of course he's a savvy, for him being a sophomore. He acts like a savvy senior on the mound, and he's been playing baseball for a while. So ball goes foul. Alvarado comes over to pick that one up. Time is called. No pitch. So Mendoza back over at first, as Castillo is keeping him close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. After the leadoff single by Mendoza, a pop-up. Strike 3 on the outside corner. And he goes down looking for out number 2. So now Richie Luna will come in for as a courtesy runner. We have 2 out in the inning. Now Braulio Rodriguez. Braulio Rodriguez has been on a tear these past couple of games. He went 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs and 2 home runs against first pitch he sees. Fouls it off. First pitch he sees from Castillo against South San. He went 2 for 3 with a solo home run. And 2 more RBIs. So this big bat Rodriguez has come alive. He went 0 for 2 against LBJ. Over to first, not in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first base for the Eagles. This is going to be one of those matchups between these 2 squads that they have to get to. Over to first as Benavidez makes the play. 6-3 for out number 3. And that retires the Eagles after the leadoff single by Mendoza. And they strand a runner. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom half of the second. Cervantes, Alvarado, and Ibarra. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Rea of RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. So, top half of the second, still scoreless 0-0. You're listening to Freddie Day at RealSportsLive.com. We'd like to thank everybody that's logged on and tuned in to our 5 different platforms. Make sure you guys go to our Facebook page, like us, share us, and follow us. Right now, we also have another game going on over in the Rio Grande Valley, so you guys can watch that one too at the same time. Watch both games. We're giving you action of the local first pitch. He fouls it off and is out of play as Del Bosque gives chase. So a different way of throwing to Cervantes in this second time he sees. He stayed hitting. He actually started him off outside instead of running it inside. Now he comes back inside and rocks it up the middle to center field for a single for Cervantes. So Mark Alvarado, the first baseman, come up to bat, and coach is giving him the sign. Top half of the second. Not sure if they're going to play some small ball, but the third baseman will creep in just to take that away. And a bunt puts it down over to second. And it was a transfer. So that's 2 errors by Luna. Almost cost him in that one. So 1 out as he was forced out at second base on that sacrifice bunt. But it was a fielder's choice, 1-4 for out number 1. Coach Salivar went out to the base umpire just to see what he had seen as far as the transfer for Chris Ibarra. Outside, ball 1. And lifts it high to right field. The right fielder under it for out number 2. And he had trouble there. That was David Lopez looking for it. So now Manuel Chapa, the catcher, who saw some action last year during that playoff run for United, excuse me. And Mendoza looking over at first. Ball 1. As, of course, Omar Cervantes' brother was behind the plate. He was a senior, but having that deep run, helping them out. Throw over to first, not in time. David Lopez from Knickerbocker, Heredia, Jasso, Salinas, and Berain has stepped into the press box with us. Fouls that off. Ball 1, strike 1. I don't have a mic on, but I can put a mic real quick if you give me a few seconds.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So with we're in the top half of the second, and a 1-1 count on Ibarra, Chris Ibarra, the right fielder. Alvarado over at first after that fielder's choice. Misses outside. Ball 2. So early on for the pitching for Eagle Pass, they had allowed many walks, but they've settled down. They settled into the district season, and they've been on point, getting deep into the games. 4 innings, 5 innings. Throw back to first, not in time. Early on in this game, we had starting Isaac Gonzalez at second base, and he came out for an injury. Not quite sure what it was, but we'll find out the injury on that one. And they inserted strike 2. They inserted Luna, and he's had one of those days there. As he had an error the first time that he saw a ball to end that first inning, he had an error, and then right now he almost got called for the ball coming out of his and almost got caught leaning there is Alvarado.
It's just a matter of Luna trying to get situated, a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, the confidence issue. Inside, nice block by Del Bosque. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Actually, it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And there is 2 outs in the inning. I want to send a shout out to logged on and tuned in. Everybody that's flies that one foul ball. Yeah, the sun is pretty rough. There was a shot to right field that the right fielders are going to have to, for the time being, another 20 or 30 minutes, have to find a way to get under that ball and block it from the sun. As the sun sets here at the Student Activity Center, Polo Moncada Baseball Stadium, Freddie Rea alongside David Lopez as he came into on a 3-2 count, and that's falling off. That deep run I was talking earlier, David. That deep run that United had gave this young man some chance to play alongside Cervantes, the catcher from last year, which is Omar's brother, Beto. Strike 3 as he gets caught looking with his hand in a cookie jar, and Ray Mendoza strikes out Chapa looking for out number 3, and that retires the United Longhorns in the top half of the second with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Go to the bottom half of the second. Your Eagles 0, United Longhorns 0. We're back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day at RuleSportsLive.com, Rule Sports Live Southwest.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. When you recycle today, you give the earth a chance for tomorrow. We buy all cans, aluminum, all wheels, copper, yellow brass, steel battery starters, and much, much more. Cash for scrap at EPER Recycling Center. Don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Just call Sal at 513-6675 if you need a car, truck, or SUV. Just call Sal at Brown Chevy Buick GMC of Eagle Pass. Call Sal at 830-513-6675. Roadie's Country Fried Chicken. Hey, did you know Roadie's also had buffalo wings, seafood platters, and boneless wings? Don't forget the poppers. Come visit us at 1910 El Indio Highway or call us ahead at 830-773-9189. If you need us to cater, call us at 830-325-4470 for the Roadie's Roadie Truck. Old-fashioned country cooking since 1985. And we're back to live action. We're in the bottom half of the second inning with Christian Del Bosque, followed by Perry and David Lopez. So still 0-0. And gets the outside corner, strike 1. Misses low, ball 1. So Del Bosque, the catcher for the Eagles, lefty, fouls that one off. Straight back. Gets ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Del Bosque. Here in the bottom half of the second, still scoreless. Misses low. A lot of contingent fans from United also making the trip. And lifts that one, foul territory, left side. Under it is the third baseman, Chris Min. And Del Bosque is retired for out number 1. So now we go to Victor Perry, the left fielder. Ball 1. Stays low, ball 2. So 3-0 the count now on Victor Perry. Gonna probably see a fastball here. Misses, ball 4. And he trots over to first. So Perry gets on with a walk. Now David Lopez, the sophomore right fielder. Castillo. Crispin playing even with the bag. And then a nice bunt that falls foul. As both coaches playing some small ball here. Trying to move the runner over. Strike 1. On deck is Derek Ibarra. Nice camera work by our camera operator, David Heredia. Swinging a miss. Late steal by Victor Perry. Gets him down to second. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with the runner at second base now. Misses outside, ball 1. So both the second base and the right fielder looking dead in the sun as the sun sets to the west of us here at the Student Activity Center in Eagle Pass, Texas. The EPISD swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Lopez goes down swinging for out number 2. Derek Ibarra with the runner in scoring position. So Castillo trying to get out of this inning after allowing that walk. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike on Ibarra. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Castillo last year in JV had some quality starts, some quality wins down in the JV. Pitched a lot. Son of Adrian Castillo, the head coach and organizer of Sidious Laredo. Sidious organization, Team Sidious. Also, shout out to James Chrisman. Grounder to second baseman. Over to first for out number 3. And he gets out of that inning after allowing that walk. 4-3 for out number 3. And we'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Friday Day at RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Sarita's Tortilla Factory with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory. So we're in the top half of the third, still scoreless, 0-0. As we're live from the Student Activity Center in Eagle Pass, Texas. For the Eagles, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. There in that second. In the third, Mercado, Chrisman, and the top of the lineup for United. So Ray will start his starting at work. Misses low, ball 1. Swing and a miss on an inside pitch, strike 1. So gets ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the center fielder, Rene Mercado, for the United Longhorns. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Over to first. And that was an out. As the home plate umpire did say it was an out. He didn't have to throw to first. So the home plate umpire and the base umpire will they're going to check and see the base umpire came over and told him that he trapped that third strike instead of. So after calling him out, and goes to second on the error. So the second error for the Eagles. Now Derek Chrisman with the runner in scoring position. A bunt over to first. So Chrisman sacrifice bunt. 1-4 for out number 1. Runner moves to third. So now the top of the order, who flied out to the third baseman his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. That's Alan Villarreal. Strike 1. Fouls that one off. Strike 2. So Ray Mendoza ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Top half of the third with a runner at third base now. After the throwing error out of the backers and right field. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Ray disposes of Villarreal. So now Julio Tawada, who got hit by a pitch his first time up. So 2 outs in the inning with a runner at third. Strike on the inside corner. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. Ray Mendoza on the mound trying to get out of this inning. And just missed outside ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And just misses inside ball 2. Evens out the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Inside, cuffs him. Grounder to first. Flips over. He's out at first. A nice play. It gets out of the inning. And Tawada grounds out. 3-1 for out number 3. And the Eagles get out of that inning. No runs. No hits. 1 error. And 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom half of the third. The Eagles have Luna, and then the top of the lineup. We go to the bottom half of the third. Still scoreless from the Student Activity Center in Eagle Pass, Texas. 0-0. We'll be back with more after this.
Valdez Tire Record Service. We're located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. 24/7 at 830-757-3102 or come by 522 North Pierce Street. Valdez Tire Record Service, proud supporter of Eagle Pass Athletics. Make sure you come by.
Siesta Tires, Customs, and Wheels. located at 3166 Del Rio Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. The best prices in town for wheels, tires, lift kits, and much more. Call them at 830-773-4010. That's Siesta Tires, Customs, and Wheels. Also, a new location in Uvalde, Texas. The law offices of Orlando Rodriguez, an attorney serving Maverick, Montgomery County, and the greater Houston area. Call us first or learn more at www.rgz.law. 830-201-3092. With 15 years of experience. So we're back to live action, bottom of the third. Luna, followed by the top of the lineup, Mendoza and Roque. First pitch he sees is a strike. Swings and misses. Strike two. So no balls, two strikes, and Castillo trying to work quickly, missed it. Ball one. And a lazy fly ball right to the shortstop for out number one. So now Ray Mendoza. Misses outside. Ball one. Now for the Eagles, Ray Mendoza has been the only hit. It's a pitcher's duel here. Tries to bunt himself on. Foul ball. And fouls that one off. Strike two. So one ball, two strikes, one out. Bottom half of the third for the Eagles. Adrian Castillo swinging a miss. Strike three and goes down swinging for out number two. Now Isaac Roque. And first pitch he sees, hits it into right field. The right fielder under that one for out number two. For out number three, excuse me. That retires the Eagles in the bottom half of the third. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We go to the top of the fourth. Still scoreless from Eagle Pass, Texas Student Activity Center. 0-0. We'll be back with more after this. The law offices of Orlando Rodriguez, an attorney serving Maverick, Montgomery County, and the greater Houston area. Call us first or learn more at www.rgz.law. 830-201-3092. With 15 years of experience, call us first. For fair, someone with integrity, respect, sincere, and someone you can trust. The law offices of Orlando Rodriguez. back live. Smart Stream USA. Call them up at 210-446-8881. If you're tired of paying for cable, you can take care of you. Joe Mayan at Smart Stream USA. And we're back. Top half of the fourth. Still scoreless. And leading off the inning is Fernando Benavides, who got reached on an error by the second baseman back in the first. Ball 1. And ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. And the ball lifted into center field. Ibarra will get under that one. Actually fail. Another error. Trying to get to second. And Benavides gets on to second. I don't know how costly that's going to be, but he got on an error by the center fielder. So that's the third error by the Eagles. Cervantes will get the 4. He's going to get intentionally walked. So 4 pitches on the pitch count on the intentional walk. So now runners at first and second, strike 1. So Benavides over at second. Cervantes over at first after the intentional walk. No outs. Top half of the fourth. As Benavides was went back to second. Luna almost lost that ball. Outside. Ball 1. And a foul ball. As Alvarado trying to lay down the bunt. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Alvarado, the hitter, first baseman. Cervantes over at first after the intentional walk, and Benavides after that fly ball to center field that Ibarra casually looked off and hit his heel of his glove and to the ground for an error. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Time is called. So with 1 ball, 2 strikes count on Alvarado. No outs, top half of the fourth. The Eagles and United coming in both 3-1 in District 29-6A. vying for the second spot as they're tied for second, just behind Alexander. Comes set on a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he goes down swinging for out number 1. As Alvarado that's the third strikeout for Ray Mendoza. Now Chris Ibarra, who flew out to right field his first time up. With 1 out, runners at first and second. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And safe at second. Almost got him leaning as Benavides just got his hand under the tag. Great camera work by David Heredia. High up top, getting the action here for us on RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Strike on the outside corner. Waiting on deck is Chapa. Benavides getting a nice healthy lead over at second. He is taking a big secondary lead after the pitch to home. Cervantes over at first. And that ball is hit to right field. The right fielder gets under that one. Tags. And runner gets the third on the tag. 2 outs. Runner stays put at first. Time is called. So now at third base is Benavides. Cervantes stays at first with 2 outs. Top half of the 4th. Still scoreless. As Ray Mendoza on the mound. And the catcher will come out, Del Bosque, and get his sign to his infield. Misses high, ball 1. Strike on the inside corner. Misses low, ball 2. And misses that one low, ball 3. So 3-1 the count, 2 outs. Runners at the corners, first and third. Mendoza comes set from the stretch. And strike on the inside corner. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the catcher, Manuel Chapa. Three-two count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Mendoza gets Chapa swinging as we go to the bottom half of the 4th. After the error, the runner did not come in. No runs on no hits. 1 error and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 4th. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day at RealSportsLive.com. Real Sports Live Southwest. In the bottom half of the 4th, Eagle Pass has DeAndre Torres leading off the inning. Ball 1. And misses inside. Ball 2. Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter in the inning, DeAndre Torres. And a shot to right field. That ball's going. Gone! As that is a shot to right field. Torres gets all of that one and puts it over the right field fence to take the 1-0 lead. Home run. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Torres puts the Eagles on top 1-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th. The senior comes through. So now Braulio Rodriguez is designated here, who does have some power also. And ball 1. And got it inside for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And misses outside, ball 2. And a ground ball to the third baseman. Chrisman bobbles it, has time, cross the diamond for out number 1. Just to give you guys this broadcast is brought to you by Rodriguez Law PLLC, serving Maverick, Montgomery County, and the greater Houston area. Learn more at www.rdz.law. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Okay, Senator, thank you. So 1 ball, 1 strike. I want to thank Ms. Barrera. Fouls that one off. Strike 2. Ms. Barrera, great supporter of Eagle Pass Athletics. Of course, her son Felipe Barrera, who runs the Rio Grande Valley RGV Sliders. Her son, Tres Barrera, her grandson, plays for the Washington Nationals. Of course, played at UT under Augie Garrido. My condolences to the family of Augie Garrido as he passed this past week. So full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball up the middle. Castillo gets it, fires it over to first for out number 1, or out number 2. So Victor Perry gets hit. Goes over to first with a hit by a pitch. 1-0 to score. So he walked his first time up and got hit by a pitch his second time. We're in the bottom half of the fourth. 1-0. Eagle Pass got on the board after a moonshot from the senior shortstop DeAndre Torres. Puts it into right field over the right field fence. 330 down the line, but it was about 340, 345. So now David Lopez steps in the batter's box with 2 outs, runner at first. Castillo throws over to first. Not in time. And a shot to left field as he gets on with a hit. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs. Now the center fielder, Derek Ibarra. Strike 1. So we're in the bottom half of the fourth. 4 innings pitch for both Mendoza, the starting pitcher for Eagle Pass, and Adrian Castillo here, 3 2/3. Time is called. Castillo comes set. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Castillo comes set from the stretch on an 0-2 count. The Longhorn faithful here alongside their Lariettes or their dolls. The ball hit to left field. That ball is carrying and is fair. 1-1 will score. 2 runs will score. And Ibarra with a 2-out, 2 RBI to left field as Julio Tawada was playing in on that one. His coach will go out and talk to his pitcher. An extra base hit for Ibarra makes it 3-0. On an 0-2 count, he got a pitch that he can handle and drove the ball to left field. And just to give you an update, as Conrao Perez from the Eagle Pass Sports Central giving us some updates. Lady Eagles lead 6-3 in the top of the third. Uvalde leads 3-1 in the top of the fifth over CC Win. And here, of course, the score is now 3-0 in the bottom half of the fourth for Alex Luna now, who flew out to a lazy fly ball to the shortstop, his first time up, ball 1. And a shot to right field. The right fielder gets under that one for out number 3 as Luna flies out for out number 3. We go to the top half of the fifth. 3 runs on the board for the Eagles on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. Capped off with that solo home run, DeAndre Torres. The Eagles take a 3-0 lead going into the fifth. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day at RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
4 years ago, when we ran for re-election as county judge, it was the first time in the history of Maverick County that the county judge didn't have an opponent. Maverick County was embroiled in a big scandal having to do with federal funds. We were able to turn Maverick County around, and now other people want to run. We've reduced our debt from $70 million 24 million in the last 4 years. We now operate with a 3.9 million square, and on top of that, compliant with all our audits, and we're able to apply for funding again. We're here, and we're here to work for you and to fight for that. We'll continue to do this vote for your servidor, David R. Saucedo, during the March primaries. Thank you.
As we're in the top of the fifth, the leading off is the number 8, 9, and then the top of the lineup, Rene Mercado. That ball is hit foul territory and falls for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Mercado. Misses high, ball 2. So evens out the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And fouls that one off, stays in the count. Two count, swings, fouls it off. Top half of the fifth, Eagles in the bottom half get 3 runs on Castillo. Inside, misses, ball 3. So 3-2 count on Ray Mendoza. That's his 66th pitch. And swing and a miss, strike 3. As Mercado will go down swinging for out number 1. Now Derek Chrisman, who sacrificed a sacrifice bunt in that third inning, excuse me. Strike 1. After that strikeout, that's his 5th strikeout that Ray Mendoza gets. Allowing a walk and Strike 2. So a waste pitch here. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top half of the 5th for the Laredo United Longhorns as they visit Eagle Pass, the Student Activity Center, Polo Moncada Baseball Stadium. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for Ray Mendoza. He goes down swinging for out number 2. So the top of the order, who's 0 for 2, flew out to third base and struck out swinging. It's Alan Villarreal. So we're midway through the through this ball game, midway through District 29 6A, and Villarreal gets hit by a pitch, trots over to first. As that ball ran inside. Now Julio Tawada with 2 outs. He got hit by a pitch and grounded out to the first baseman back in the 3rd inning for out number 3. Strike 1. Don't forget Friday, the Eagles will travel to Southwest and play against Southwest Dragons. We'll be traveling and bringing you that game live on realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Misses, ball 1. So 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. Throw over to first, not in time. Strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Julio, the left fielder. Misses low. Ball 2. Trying to make him chase something in the dirt. So evens at the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Julio Tawada. With the runner at first base, Villarreal. 2-2 count. Top half of the 5th. Eagle Pass leading. Runner goes and foul ball. Now 2 outs in the inning. And the Eagles will have leading off in the bottom half of the 5th, the Ray Roque and Torres with 2 outs, 2-2 count, and fouls that off to the screen. Stays in the count. Two outs. Runner first. Runner does go. Villarreal takes second. And almost got caught stealing there. So he's in scoring position. So Tawada now has a runner at second, Villarreal. And he has a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the fifth. 3-0 the score. Eagle Pass leading. Mendoza comes set from the stretch. The pitch. And a ground ball to the shortstop. Backhands it. And the ball stays in the infield. A nice play by Torres to keep it from going into the outfield and letting that run come in. So they're going to call that an infield hit. Runner to third. Now number 7, the shortstop, Fernando Benavides, with 2 outs. Time is called. So now runners at the quarters, first and third with 2 outs for Fernando Benavides, who reached on an error. Actually reached on an error twice. So he's 0 for 2. As Mendoza comes set from the stretch. Pitches a strike on the outside corner. First time that Ray Mendoza saw Benavides, he took him to a full count. And that was in that first inning. They could have gotten out of the inning, but made an error when he came in. And then in that 4th inning, they started a rally after that error by the center fielder. And missed it outside, ball 1. So 1-1 count now. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the senior shortstop, Benavides. With Omar Cervantes on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and third for United. Miss, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Mendoza gets out of the inning for out number 3. As he goes down swinging for out number 3. So we go to the bottom half. Still Eagles 3, United 0. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back live. Bottom half of the fifth inning for the Eagles in that, for United in that top half. No runs. One hit. No errors and 2 left on base. So for United, 6 opportunities. They left 6 runners on. And haven't been able to get to so the bottom half of the fifth. The top of the lineup, Mendoza, Roque, and Torres due up. Mendoza 1 for 2. And a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman over, gobbles it up over to first to Alvarado for out number 1. For 1 pitch, 1 out. Over in Laredo, Texas, United is down. Alexander leads 8-0 in the bottom of the second. Uvalde is up 4-1 in the sixth. Lady Mavericks tied it at 4. Actually, it's tied at 4-4. And Eagle Pass leads 7-5 in the top half of the fourth in Del Rio. That's we'd like to thank Conrado Perez, the staff writer for the Eagle Pass Sports Central.com. If you guys want to read up on strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes on Isaac Roque. And a dribbler that is going to be trouble. And out at first as Castillo fields his position. As that was trouble. And gets him out for out number 2. Now DeAndre Torres, who started that 4th inning rally. So Torres, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Strike 1. Not sure if he's going to leave something over the plate for Torres to get a hold of again after he deposited that last at bat over the right field wall. Comes back in with a strike. Gets ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. And a shot that gets up the middle for a hit. And Castillo's body language on the mound was, I have him 0-2, and Torres wins that battle. Now Braulio Rodriguez, the designated hitter. Today he's been quiet, 0 for 2. Grounded out to shortstop and grounded out to the third baseman. The ball gets away. Torres will round second, looking for 3. Decides to get back to second. Now some insurance for the Eagles here in this bottom half of the fifth. Time is called, and actually they give him 4. So an intentional walk for Rodriguez. With now Del Bosque, the catcher. So as we move into the bottom half of the fifth, 5 innings for Ray Mendoza, 4 2/3 for so Richie Luna will be the pinch runner. The pinch hitter is going to be number 24, the freshman CJ Jimenez. So runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half. Torres is over at second. CJ looks at ball 1. Luna takes his lead. Torres takes his lead. Inside ball 2. Not quite sure if Coach Salivar for United will keep Castillo out here after this inning, or he's going to go to the bullpen for Eagle Pass. Mendoza will probably see another inning. There is some bullpen action. And throw down to second, not in time. Time is called. Runner goes up the middle, and Torres will come in to score. Richie Luna is gunned down at third, but an RBI single for Jimenez gets Torres. Gets Torres in to take a 4-0 lead into the top half of the 6th. So Torres comes in on a hit and run, an RBI single for Jimenez, and Luna is gunned down at third, 8-5 for out number 3, but another run scores. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and no one left on. So the score after 5 complete, your Eagle Pass Eagles 4, United 0. We're going to keep it here. We go to the top half of the 6th. And one of our great advertisers is Smart Stream USA, guys. Are you tired of paying for cable? Are you tired for paying for channels that you don't even watch? What if you can pay for cable once and get unlimited access to TV shows, movies, all sporting events, including NFL Sunday Ticket, NBA League Pass, MLB, and all the pay-per-view events, boxing, WWE, UFC. Again, just one-time purchase. And I'm not talking about a jailbroken Fire Stick. Those things don't even work. They only stream free internet streams. This box streams private HD streams only available to customers with this particular box, Smart Stream USA. Call today or text 210-446-8881. Ask for Joe to send them a demo video or text over the text that you can see how the box works. This normally sells for $300, but if you tell them you heard it on realsportslive.com and you heard it with Freddie Heredia, you'll get an instant $80 discount. So $220 one time. That's one time for unlimited cable TV. Call today, 210-446-8881. Tell them that Freddie sent you at realsportslive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. Get an $80 discount off the retail price. Call or text today, 210-446-8881. That's SmartStream USA. And leading off here in the top half of the six is Cervantes, Alvarado, and Ibarra due up. So ball one on Cervantes. Mendoza, strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. As he throws 5 innings, and he starts the top half of the 6. Ground ball right up the middle. Mendoza over to first for out number 1. So now Mark Alvarado with 1 out here in the top half of the 6. Ball 1. Comes right back, strike 1. Still going to miss, strike 2. And Alvarado goes down swinging for out number 2. So now Chris Ibarra, the right fielder, who's 0 for 2. Both times has flied out to right field, ball 1. So we go to the home half of the 6. For the Eagles, Perry, Lopez, and Ibarra due up. Strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And ball gets through with a hit. And when you have to dive for a ball like that, you were playing on your heels. So now Manuel Chapa, the catcher. Actually, they're probably going to pinch hit for Chapa. So Ray Ray's 94th pitch. He has 110. And they're going to talk about something where 19 is coming in to pinch hit. Homero Salivar, who was an integral part last year during the United Longhorn run in the playoffs, as he pitched a complete game over in Roma against the Far San Juan Alamo to get into the next round of the playoffs. So he'll be pinch hitting here with 2 outs. So 94 pitches, the max is 110. Throws over to first, not in time. So Meadow coming in at 1 in a pitch hitting situation. Miss strike 2. So 2 outs, top half of the 6th. 4-0 the score. Eagle Pass got the opportunity in the 4th and scored 3 runs and then 1 in submissions to get. So 1-2 count, 2 outs, runner at first. And just misses outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And misses for ball 3. Is the strike zone. He's kind of tight on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first. United down 4-0. We're in the top half of the 6th from the Student Activity Center in Eagle Pass, Texas. 3-2 count, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Mendoza gets the 3rd out as we go to the bottom half of the 6th. As he strikes out the pinch hitter Salivar for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we go to the bottom half, Perry, Lopez, and Ibarra due up. And Castillo still out for United. We'll be back with more after this.
Mi Pueblo Restaurant, located at 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Call to order to go at 830-776-7796. We deliver. We have breakfast and lunch buffet from 7 to 11 and from 11:30 to 3. We have fresh homemade tortillas made daily, so come by 1920 North Veterans Boulevard. Comidas caseras, hechas como en su casa. Vengan a comer con nosotros.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. When you recycle today, you give the earth a chance for tomorrow. We buy all cans, aluminum, all wheels, copper, yellow brass, steel battery starters, and much, much more. Cash for scrap at EPER Recycling Center. Don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
So we're in the bottom of the sixth. Leading off in the inning is Perry, followed by David Lopez and Gordon. On mount still for United is the starting pitcher, Adrian Castillo. Misses outside, ball one. So he was hit by a pitch and walked for Perry. So he's 0 for strike one. And fouls that one off, strike two. So Win is winning, lead 7-5 in the bottom of the fourth. Eagle Pass in the bottom of the fourth, winning, lead 7-5. As they had bases loaded with no outs in the fourth, in the top of the fourth, and failed to score. Uvalde and the Lady Mavericks are tied here at the Student Activity Center at 5 apiece in the seventh. And here, 4-0, we're in the bottom half of the sixth. And Perry goes down swinging for out number one. Called strike three, for out number one. So now David Lopez, the right fielder. And a bunt. Lopez is getting there, beats it out for an infield hit. A bunt down the first base side, and Lopez beats it out. So now Derek Ibarra, who had a two out, 2 RBI double to left field to get the Eagles 2 more runs in that fourth inning. Lopez gets back to first. 1 out. Bottom half of the sixth. Runner goes and no throw down, as Chapa could not get a hold of that ball. So in scoring position, ball one. And a lazy fly ball that gets into the dugout. Strike one. Over at second is Lopez. Gets back on the bag. So runner in scoring position with 1 out. Bottom half of the sixth. 5 1/3 for Castillo. And misses the bunt. Strike two. Misses outside. Ball two. Runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 count. They were going to throw back to second, but decided not to. Lopez gets on the bag. Misses outside. Ball 3. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Ibarra. So with 1 out, runner at second. In scoring position for the Eagles. 1 out, 3-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Ibarra goes down swinging for out number 2. And now brings to the plate Alex Luna, who's 0 for 2. Lazy fly ball to the shortstop and a lazy fly ball to right field. That's ball 2. Misses ball 1. Ball 2. Lopez takes his lead over at second. 2 balls, no strikes on Luna. Strike 1. Strike 2. Luna swings and misses. Strike. So 2-2 count. Castillo trying to close out the inning. Throw down to second, not in time. So 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that retires the Eagles in the bottom half of the 6th. Up to the 7th. We go to the top half. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Eagles. We go to the top half of the 7-9, and it's time to look at with a 4-0 lead. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Friday Day at RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest. So we're back live, and the pitching change here in the top of the 7th. Eric Heredia will be coming into this game, and he'll be facing Mercado, Chrisman, and then the top of the lineup for the United with a 4-0 lead. Top half of the 7th. So he'll have the 8, 9, and top of the lineup for United as Heredia. First pitch he sees, Mercado sees, and he hits him in the back. A hit by a pitch. So now Derek Chrisman. So now the third baseman, Derek Chrisman, who is 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time up in the 5th and sacrifice bunt. But that comes set from the stretch. Strike one. Ball one. Heredia saw some action as a freshman last year on the varsity level, and he was up and down as far as playing from JV to varsity throughout the season. So he does have some varsity experience on the mound. 4-0 score, runner at first, 1-1 count. Misses high, ball one, ball two. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner at first is Mercado. Strike 2 on the outside corner. So 2-2 count. And Ray Mendoza, who pitched a masterful game, 100 pitches, 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, no runs, no earned. 2-2 count. And a ground ball to the third baseman. Over to first. Safe at first. An indecisive as the third baseman, Maldonado, undecisive on there. Should have just taken one. A nice pitch by Heredia to induce the ground ball. So now leading the top of the order is Alan Villarreal. Runners at first and second. Top half of the 7th. No outs. And a bunt. Foul. Strike one. This game has been close throughout. That 4th inning was a big inning for the Eagle Pass Eagles. Misses inside, ball one. Strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Villarreal. Laredo comes set with a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he goes down swinging for out number 1 as Villarreal. Now Julio Tawada, who got a hit, an infield hit, got hit by a pitch, so he's 1 for 3 today. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Top half of the 7th. The Eagles lead 4-0. Oh, and the ball goes into center field. Mercado goes to third. Top half of the 7th with 1 out. Tawada with a runner at the corners, first and third. And a shot to center field. 1 run will come in. Over to third. So a single. And Crispin to third. A single for Tawada to center field, an RBI single. And Heredia exits, pitching a third of an inning. And Torres will be coming in. A 4-1 lead. Top half of the 7th. So they give it to, with the runners at second and third, they bring in DeAndre Torres, the senior. They make a change and move Maldonado over to short, and Fernando Benavides now the hitter. Ball 1. And a shot line that Risa snags for out number 2. As Benavides lines out to the third baseman for out number 2. now Omar Cervantes will take the intentional walk and loads the bases up for Mark Alvarado. So with 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th, 4-1 to score. Number 6 will be coming in to hit. So pinch with bases loaded. Pinch running is Adrian Martinez over at first. Pinch hitting is David Quiroz. Ball 1. So loads up the bases as Omar Cervantes gets an intentional walk. Crispin is over at third. Tawada is over at second. And the pinch runner is Martinez over at first. And a hit. 1 run will score. And another run will score. 2 runs as the pinch hitter, David Quiroz, gets a 2 RBI single. And Martinez stays at second. So 1-run ball game here with 2 outs. Now number 25, Chris Ibarra. So now Chris Ibarra, who is 1 for 3 today. Top half of the 7th, a 1-run game, 4-3. 2 outs, runners at first and second. DeAndre Torres is in to try and close out the game. Miss ball 2. And a shot to third. Stepping on third is Risa for out number 3. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. As Risa takes care of the final out as he hits into a fielder's choice, and Risa gobbles that one at third and touches the bag. 5 unassisted for out number 3. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles take this one 4-3 with the player of the game. Chick-fil-A player of the game will be DeAndre Torres. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day at RealSportsLive.com, Real Sports Live Southwest.
4 years ago, when we ran for re-election as county judge, it was the first time in the history of Maverick County that the county was embroiled in a big scandal having to do with federal funds. We were able to turn Maverick County around, and now we're reducing our debt from $70 million to $24 million in the last 4 years. We now operate with a $3.5 million surplus with all of our audits, and we're able to apply funding again. We're here, and we're here to work for you, and we're not done. I humbly request your vote for your servidor, David R. Saucedo, during the March primaries. Thank you.